We want to start off with a reminder that we are not doctors. Before you make any changes or try something new, always consult with your doctor and medical team first. Chronic illness can vary from patient to patient, so it's always best to consult with your own doctor for what is best for you.
Welcome to IBD Determined. I'm your host, Mason Harvey, and I have Crohn's disease.
And I'm your host, Michelle Harvey. I'm Mason's mom, and I usually discuss things from the role of a caregiver. So today is going to be a little different. We have nothing planned except what we know we're going to talk about, but we didn't go over this. We have no outline, nothing. So hopefully we'll stay on track, and
it's going to be fun.
It will be fun.
It is a different day.
It is. So, I mean, we're going to start off with something that's going to be true to our podcast channel, which is something that we need to overcome and a challenge. And for us, that was staying safe at Disneyland. So it's safe. For those of you out there who are immune suppressed from your biologics, from steroids, from whatever treatment you're on, even if it's not IBD, but if you do have a suppressed immune system, it is very difficult to go
places
anywhere. Yeah. Mason knows this well. Yeah. And as caregivers, we also need to take precautions because we are their sole source of support. And so we need to also take care of ourselves. So we usually treat Mason the same as I would treat myself. Mm-hmm. So we do things as a team. I would probably wear a mask for you out of solidarity, but I do it for a purpose too. So this week, well, actually, so this past week, I know. I'm like, we've been talking about it for so long, and it's here, it's gone, and
now it's
gone. So we had the chance to go to Disneyland.
Our doctor okayed it and everything. We got permission.
Mm-hmm. And we also got to go to
Club 33.
Club 33, which was the big deal. And
this is a very big deal. Now, if you don't know what it is, look it up. But if you do know what it is, you know what it is.
And hopefully, if you stay tuned and listen to the entire podcast, we're going to tell you all about it. Yeah. And we'll include some pictures as well.
We're still going to keep a little bit of mystery about it, though.
We are. Too much. We can't tell you everything, but we will share a few details. And if you're planning a trip there, hopefully this will help you too. And if you've always wanted to go there, maybe you can kind of live through us for a few moments and
imagine
it. So hopefully we can do that. And we also got to stay overnight thanks to my mom. Yes.
At the
Grand
Californian. Mm-hmm. Right, that's my favorite hotel Disneyland looks wise, because I love like wood lodge style. Like a cabin, you know, in Yellowstone National Park, like that kind of look, and that's what it looks like. So it's my favorite looking one, and the interior is very nice. So we got to stay the night there, and
it is. When we got adjoining rooms and we had balconies, we got to look over downtown Disney.
That was very cool.
So it was amazing, and this is something Mason's been wanting to do since he was diagnosed. Even before he was diagnosed, we used to go to Disneyland all the time, annual pass holders, and then with his diagnosis, things changed. So my mom has always known it's been his wish to stay overnight, and he had a big wish we all did to go to Club 33. Never thought it would happen. It was just gonna be one of those things, but it ended up working out.
But magically it happened, you know?
Very magically.
A friend of a friend of a friend of a friend.
Yeah, exactly. So we're first going to tell you, so if you're listening and you have a suppressed immune system, what are the steps? So what are some of the steps we took? We want to help you guys, and we'll kind of explain what we did so you can go to places like Disneyland with your doctor's permission too. Okay. So this is our advice, but please consult with your own doctor first. They'll know your level of suppression. They'll also know, your treatment times.
We are not doctors.
We are not doctors. So please consult with your doctor before doing anything like this, but this is our experience. So one of the things we did do
was mask up.
To
mask up. Same thing. If you're gonna eat at Disneyland, I think it's important to not eat inside. Try to eat outdoors if you can.
Yes, and that's what we do. So if tables are too close,
Mhm.
because sometimes it can be busy,
Find a table that's spaced apart well.
right? Search for tables that are spaced far apart.
Mhm.
We would make sure we would do a order ahead so our food would be
Ready
ready.
when you get there.
And yeah,
Yeah.
and we could find our seats first though, so that way we knew what we were planning on, what we were going to be doing. So that is something. We also knew where all the bathrooms were.
Yeah.
That's
So
always
actually,
important.
if you're new to Disneyland or DCA, Disney
Mhm.
California Adventures, if you're new, I recommend you grab a map if you already
Mhm.
didn't,
Yeah,
because on the map it shows where the bathrooms are. So that's helpful because you can see where the bathrooms are if you haven't gone there already and you don't you know where the bathrooms are. But if you're new, it's important to grab one of the maps because you can always tell where the bathroom is.
it is. And you can always ask a cast member
Yeah.
too. And we
And
also,
where is the nearest bathroom here? And what is
yes,
the shortest way to it?
right.
There's just some shortcuts and
Because some are going to be busier than others too.
yeah.
But when you need to use it, you just probably happy there's a bathroom
Mhm.
nearby. But if you can plan for it, great. So, and we also did use I think it's the DAS Pass. That's how it's pronounced, DAS.
Fast pass.
Yeah, we're new to this, so we may not have it correct, but it was highly recommended for us to try. And you can either sign up online or you can, but I think it has to be within a certain time period. So if it's less than 2 days from your visit, I don't believe you can do that online.
Mhm.
Double check, check, see. But you can stand also online at guest services, and in either park, you can get this pass. It will basically give you a callback time, and it'll tell you when you can return, and you can do one at a time. So we only rode 2 rides. So it was a big deal though for Mason anyways.
However, they were both really good rides.
Yeah, they were really
My
good.
favorite one was
Rise of the
Ri-
Resistance
it
or
was
Big Thunder.
Big Thunder.
Big
I would have
Thunder.
liked
The
Rise of the
Resistance.
Resistance. I liked it a lot. The drop at the end really got me.
Yeah, he's
I did
not
not
a fan
expect
of that
that.
kind of stuff, really.
Like on the Runaway Mine Train, you can see when the drops are happening because you can see the track.
Yeah.
Um, and they're not straight down. It's like you're going with
You can
it.
anticipate it.
Yeah.
You know yeah.
But this one just goes boom.
Yeah.
And it's all dark, so you can't really see where you're going. So it
Yeah.
got me surprised, but I definitely ride it again. But I think Runaway, the Runaway Mine Train,
It
Big
is.
Thunder,
It
yeah,
is.
Big
It
Thunder's
is.
original, which is why I like it a lot, and the scenery is very nice.
Yeah, so we could have gone on more, but there's certain situations where you have to figure out for you guys what the risk is worth. And one of the things he really wanted to ride was Haunted Mansion. And unfortunately, there is
Yeah,
no way to get around going into a very small room where they
the
pull
elevator
you all in.
room.
It's like the stretch room, the elevator.
It's a very
And
cool room, but
it
it
is.
doesn't really work for immunocompromised
Right. It
patients.
doesn't. And it's unfortunate that Disney doesn't have something set up to accommodate everybody. So unfortunately, we could not get on that. And
There's also a little something that we did on the side, kind of just for fun.
oh yeah, you can tell about that.
We built a lightsaber or
I
something.
just
It
searched
was
for a lightsaber on
yeah.
my app and it came up and you set an appointment and we went really early.
Mhm.
And since we did go really early, it was empty in
Yeah.
there. So we knew that was something else to help Mason
To build a
stay safe.
lightsaber, to build it, it's quite expensive. However, it's like a show when you build it. Like it's a whole like action or like there's all this stuff. It's not just building it, it's this whole thing that like brings you into the universe of Star Wars, so it really feels like you're there.
Yeah.
And I think that was really cool. And the lightsabers are heavy, like they're made out of metal. So
Yeah, I
it's
thought it was
hard.
gonna be
Oh
like
yeah, I
plastic
thought
or
plastic. I've been
I was
fine with
hoping
it.
for the price it wasn't gonna
Yeah.
be plastic, but you never know. It's Disneyland.
Prices nowadays. But it was all metal. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Highly
got to do that.
recommend.
Yeah. So so basically we also used hand
Yeah,
sanitizer
it's important to use hand sanitizer.
and we had a spray we used
Oh
for
yeah,
our
when we went to the
room.
hotel room, you just
Yeah.
spray all the
And you can
knobs and
request
handles.
also, we found out at the front desk when you're checking in, if you do have someone that's immunosuppressed, you can request that they do like a double cleaning. And
Mhm.
so they confirm this for us and they offer to do it, but they do have a sanitization process already. but you can request that there's a second process done. So that's just an FYI. It's helpful. So there's plenty of common sense things we do. We stay distance. We don't ride rides that have a lot. They're mostly indoors, small rooms. And so for us, 2 rides was all we were able to do this time. We do have passes, so we will be going back.
Yeah.
So we'll probably go more into that another time,
Going
how to
Club
stay safe.
33 again or staying the night. There's more of a chance that we're going to stay the night than go to Club 33.
I think that
Club
was
33 is
probably
like once in a
it.
lifetime if
It was. It was. So, well,
food there was great.
let's talk about it because I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what's Club 33. And so Club 33, you like Mason said, look this up. You guys can Google it. It was built, I think it was like 1967 it was completed. I might be off with that. But Walt Disney had just passed away, so he didn't get to see its completion, but he was part of it, and his wife Lillian, they wanted to build a place where you could drink alcohol in Disneyland because at the time alcohol wasn't permitted at Disneyland. Yeah, so the only place you could do this was in Club 33. So they wanted to have a place for dignitaries, for friends, high profile people where they could go and kind of in secret have a privacy of a place to eat, drink. Now you have to have a membership to get in, and I'm not sure of the exact numbers, but it's very expensive to purchase. And then each year you pay a fee to maintain it. And I think there's like a 10 to 15-year waiting list to even get a membership. So the only way someone like us who doesn't have a membership can get in is if a member sponsors you and makes reservations and lets you use their membership.
And we were very lucky.
We were very lucky. So I never thought it would happen, but we asked around and one of our friends was like, I'm going to take on this challenge. And she's like, I can do this. Yeah. So she asked somebody who knew somebody and that person said, sure. So we got to go to Club 33. So they make the reservations for you. And we got in within like a couple weeks of finding out. So I think they book out like 4 to 6 weeks. So let's start. I have our pictures right here so we can reference so we don't kind of forget anything. So let's start at the beginning. So for our reservation, we have to ring a doorbell to get in.
It's a very cool doorbell.
Yeah, it is. And the door, there's actually 2 doors, but the one is not the one that I think they have it. It's on the side that's closer to Pirates of the Caribbean. There's a door, but that's not the door you go in. So there's a door across from the Pandora's, and you'll see it. And there's a 33 on the doorbell, and so we pushed it, and then they asked you to confirm your reservation.
So they speak through this little speaker on the doorbell.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Stuff.
So yeah, and then the door opens. And it's pretty cool because you're like, I get to go in. So we went in and also just so you know, I had a change into heels outside because there is a dress code. So that's important to note. You can wear, I think, like if you have tennis shoes on, as long as everything's really clean and looks nice. No sandals or like nothing like that. No shorts. So it's like pants and have to be in good shape. And so, you know, I dressed up. I was lucky enough to be in a hotel so we could go back and change, but I wore sandals through the whole park till we got there. Then I changed right in front of the door here. I put on my high heels. And so that's important to note. There is a dress code for this place. So,
and if you don't follow it, they can
tell you
cancel your entry.
You'd have to either go change or you just don't get in. So we were on very good behavior because we wanted the person who gave us the sponsorship. We didn't want him to be in any danger with his membership. So we were very respectful of all the rules. And so when you do go in there, they will let you know right away that there's no videos allowed. There is photography allowed, but you
can't take pictures of the sinks or like in the bathroom.
Anything in the bathroom.
You can't take pictures of anything in the bathroom.
No, which is a good rule in general.
Not even the ceiling.
But it's kind of a popular thing that it's talked about a lot, these bathrooms. And so we all did make sure to use the bathrooms because they're very well known. And so that was kind of cool. And you're also not allowed to take pictures of anybody else in there. So
just your group.
We got there at 5:10 for a reservation, so there's only one other party in there, and so we had a lot of room to take pictures. Yeah, it was kind of nice. And so you go into the Court of Angels, and
It's beautiful.
yeah, they have you wait there until they're ready to escort you up. There's a
This
staircase or there's
beautiful spiral
elevators.
staircase.
Yeah, it's a really
Blue
cool.
rail. Is it blue
Mhm.
railing? Yeah, it's blue.
Yeah.
The stairs are blue.
Yeah. And I know it happens so fast.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to take it all in, and I was overwhelmed. I missed everything. We had to go back out after dinner to look at a lot of stuff because I was just like, "Oh my
Woo.
gosh, yeah."
Oh, and when you're in the Court of Angels, they give you wet towels.
Yeah, because it was warm,
Yeah,
and so someone comes out and he has these nice rolled up,
towels.
damp,
Yeah.
cool towels, and they offer you one, so I was like, "Oh,
And they also
okay."
have this tea.
Uh-huh.
I like tea, but I don't drink it a lot. But the tea they had in the Court of Angels that they offer to you before you go in,
Mhm.
it was the best tea I've ever had.
It was some kind of hibiscus,
Yeah.
something they said. So we got to have some of that, and we felt kind of fancy, like
Mhm.
standing there, like, damp with
Yeah.
the damp towel, like touching your face. I'm like trying to, scrub my arms. I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to do. I was watching what you were doing, and I was like, okay, I'll just do
Yeah,
that.
I was like, "Oh, okay." It was like, "Wow, thank you. You didn't have to do this."
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a fun, cool touch. And I'm sure if it's like colder out, they probably maybe bring
Maybe
you
they
warm
bring the
towels.
warm
If someone else has
towels.
gone and knows, let us know.
Mm.
And so when you do go in, you have the option to take the stairs or you can take the elevator. So we chose to take the
Mhm.
stairs to go in, and then we took the
The elevator
elevator to come
down.
out.
Yeah.
So we got to try both. There's a lot to take in. And there's like the vulture on the
Yeah, there's
clock.
this vulture on the clock.
Alfred, I think.
Alfred, yeah, that was
Alfred.
his name, I think.
Hmm.
He talks occasionally.
Yeah.
But when what Walt's intention of the animatronic birds being there is he'd have little like microphones inside the chandelier so he could hear people's conversations. And it wasn't for spying, but it was so he would talk through the birds,
Mhm.
and so the birds could join in the conversation.
So like an entertainment,
Yeah,
like
it was
kind of
like
like
the
the tiki
tiki
room.
room,
Yeah.
but more interactive
Right.
because they would talk to you.
And so it doesn't do that now. They're
No, it
not
doesn't.
listening to you, but it does talk.
Yeah,
So every once
it
in a
just does it
while
right.
it would say something. Yeah. And so when you walk in, look for that. That's
It's
when
right
you.
next to the entrance.
Yeah. And there's a merch cabinet. So they
Oh, yeah.
have Club 33 merch. Some of it you have to be with a member to buy, but for the most part, everything was very available to us. And
There
so,
were m- there were tiki room mini ears, and
yeah,
I was like, okay, I'll just buy them. I bought them for
he
her.
did. He got them for me.
And we pull them out of the package, and they smell like a Dole Whip. Like they said,
Yeah.
it would smell like a Dole Whip, and I was like, okay, I'll smell like a Dole Whip. We'll see. And no joke, it smelled like there was a Dole Whip just sitting in the room.
Yeah, they do.
You could smell a few feet away. It smelled really good.
Yeah, and my mom got me because we were lucky enough there's too many ears to
Mhm.
pick from because of Halloween time. They have Halloween ears that are Club 33 ears, so my mom got me those. And then we all got an ornament.
Yeah. The
And
Club 33 ornament is pretty pretty.
yeah, and one of the well, we'll save that for the end. There was one other thing you got, but
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
save that for the end. So you walk through this area and you can come back and look at the merch anytime too. So
After
it's like,
dinner,
yeah,
before,
yeah, because we stayed about 3 hours, which is a long
long
time.
time.
But we were told by everybody, like, take up as much time, enjoy it. That's what we did. So we enjoyed every minute of it. So you walk by, there's Lillian Disney, her harpsichord is in there, and they let us play it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. Then you walk by a table that was from Mary Poppins.
1 and 2, they said. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. So that was kind of cool. So that was in there. And then it's just taking it all in. It's beautiful in there.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of the decorations, everything in there, the furniture they said was purchased by Walt Disney to decorate
It
this
was
place.
all
So
original.
yeah, so it's like it's incredible. Even the chandeliers, the lighting, there's a lot of original pieces. So we got sat next to a window that had a full view of the like Tom
From
Sawyer's
Yeah,
Island.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was so very cool. So we got to watch the sunset there, and then the lights come on. So I think it was pretty cool.
It
So
was.
yeah.
If you can book your reservation for dinner, I do it.
Mhm.
Lunch would be cool. I don't.
Yeah, and it might be cheaper.
Yeah.
I'm not sure because we don't know. You guys listening may know the answer to this, but I believe because we took a picture of the menu and I think it said on there, we're looking right now. I think it was 140 a person and that was for dinner. So, and that's not something you can like so if you're going there and like I'm just going to get a salad,
You
it's like
can't. You have to buy the full 4
yeah,
courses.
it's the actual dinner and it comes with these delicious rolls.
Rolls. They
And
are good.
yeah, and they did give us we asked for more and they gave us another basket, which was really cool. And then I guess they thought because we liked them so much, they gave us some to take home. So,
They're and because I was just gonna say the waiters there are
yeah,
very kind and they take very good care of the guests as
they
long as they
do.
follow
We had
everything.
Alistair
Yeah.
and he noticed we were wearing masks and he asked why and he went and put on a mask. We told him it was okay, we were wearing them, but he went and he put on a mask while he served us, which was really kind of him to do. So
Yeah.
he was great. He was fantastic.
Shout out to
Everyone
Alistair.
was. Yeah, but I mean everyone from the people who they kept refilling your
Yeah.
waters, they kept making they and every time they took your plate which it was they would take all your silverware,
Mhm.
and so even if
Replace
you
it.
didn't so everything would be cleared between each course, it was a 4-course meal, and so we'll try to put a picture up too for you guys so you can see what's on the menu because that
Yeah.
was the main question I had when I went here, I was like, "How much." Yeah,
What's
like,
on the menu?
what am I eating? I mean, I was already excited to go there, I could have cared less what they fed me, to be honest, I wouldn't have cared, but it was exciting to know it was probably, like, one of the best dinners we've
Ever
ever
had. Yeah.
had. We don't usually eat like this
Yeah.
fancy for sure, but it was really good. So Mason got the catch of the
Catch of the
day,
day.
which was
Oh
Ono.
no, it was very good. It was in this
It was potatoes in a light broth with
yeah.
leeks. It was
It was I ate it all.
yeah,
And I'm picky.
he is. He let me have a little bite and it was really good. The fish was delicious. And I got the zucchini fritters with lemon ricotta and zucchini blossom sauce.
That's pretty good.
And those were
I had a
good.
bite.
I gave
I
him some,
prefer
yeah.
fish.
I loved it. I thought it was delicious. And then you have a second course, and we all got the same
Mhm.
thing, which was the potato gnocchi, portobello mushroom, sun-dried tomato, and Parmesan snow. And I liked it. Mason,
I
not a
was
fan.
uh I kind of liked it. I kind
Yeah.
of didn't. I think it could have been cooked a little less.
Yeah.
I did eat a lot of it though. But I love the portobello mushrooms on it.
Yeah. I thought it was very good. It was,
The flavoring was good.
yeah. And it was, freshly made gnocchi, but it
Mhm.
is, I guess it depends on your preference.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like with pasta al dente or
And
cooked
she
a little
liked
more.
it.
I
I'm
did.
picky. Don't take my word.
Yeah, he is very picky, but I was surprised he was like, yeah, because he does like gnocchi, but
Mhm.
he this I think it was delicious. I think it was just a
Mhm.
texture thing because some people prefer it a little different.
Yeah.
I just ate it as fast as I could. I was so excited to even have it. And they're fairly small servings because this is your first and second course. The entree is where you get the bigger meal.
Mhm.
And so for the entrees, we got to pick from there was like 5 different things to pick
Mhm.
from. Mason got their wild salmon from the Puget Sound.
That was good.
Salmon's one of his favorite things. He loves salmon, so he got that, and it came with lemongrass shrimp bisque. So that's kind of what it
It
was.
was really good.
Mhm.
And it had this little crust on the top of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was very flavorful.
yeah,
And it was like cooked to perfection.
yeah, and they even advised this is pretty cool of Disneyland and how they cater to allergies or to things like Mason being immune suppressed. The server actually, Alistair actually mentioned how it's typically cooked, and he suggested that you may want to request it well because of Mason's system and his, with it may not be good for him to have something
Mhm.
that was not fully cooked. So he explained how the chef usually prepares it, and so we just said, "Thank you, we'll
Yep.
get that well done." So that was pretty cool. Jason, my husband, Mason's dad, got
Yay!
the heirloom eggplant parmesan with cheese and pomodoro
That was
sauce,
very good.
and he gave me some. So we both ordered planning to kind of share, and they let you do that too, which is really cool. And we just would, we'd cut little bites and we'd put it on each other's plates. And so they encourage that. So that's kind of fun. You can try different things. You don't have to feel like, oh, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to hand this piece over. And so it was pretty cool. They did do that. So Mason, you didn't try that, right?
I didn't try it. I
Yeah.
was planning on trying it, but then I started eating the salmon. I forgot I was going to try it.
Yeah, it was a little different. So Mason is like an eggplant fan. I make eggplant parmesan a lot because that's one of his favorite things. But this was prepared probably a little different than I would do it, obviously. So
I don't know,
yeah,
they're pretty equal. They look pretty equal.
right. So that's that, but it was really good. I had that. That was very good. What I ordered though, because that's what my husband got, I tried some of his. What I ordered was the grilled filet mignon with fingerling potato and in a sauce that it was I don't really know what it was, but it was good. And
I don't know what that is, but it's good.
I was like, I don't care what it is, just I'll try it. I don't normally get filet mignon ever. It's very rare we eat steak. We don't even eat steak at our house. So I thought I'm just gonna try this. It was very good. It was like butter. It was just like it was incredible. But had a lot of pepper. So it might be a little spicy not spicy like chili, like heat, but more like black pepper. So
it was peppery.
Yeah. So depending on your preference, but I still ate it. All of it. I liked it. I shared it with my husband. He enjoyed it. And that's also what my mom got.
To try it because I was too busy eating my salmon.
Yeah, I mean, he ate a lot. It was a big serving. I was like, oh, he's not going to eat all that salmon. And he is like,
I ate it.
He ate it all. So
I'm not going to be back, so might as well just eat it all.
Yeah, it was pretty cool though. I was excited to see him like so happy. And so for the finale is your dessert. And what we ordered was there's a couple different I changed mine at the last minute. Otherwise would have all had something different. So there are 4 options. And for Mason, he chose to get their
cheese platter.
Yeah. So, and some of you can switch that for your appetizer too if you wanted. So he chose to have that for dessert. Mason loves cheese, charcuterie boards. Like this guy is all over it. So he's like, oh, a cheese board?
I get the cheese board.
Yeah. And again,
I didn't even hesitate.
They made sure to, like they told us, it's all pasteurized. So that was the other thing, because of Mason, they understood with his immune system and with having Crohn's disease that it was a good idea to let us know if something was.
The cheese was fancy, but good.
Yeah.
And it also came with a little bit of honeycomb.
Yeah. And freshly made orange marmalade, which
I'm not a big fan of marmalade. No. But everything else was good.
But in the bread that they brought you,
the bread.
So good that you with the cheese on. So and you had I didn't try any, but the pecans.
Oh, yes. They had
they were like the candied pecans.
Candied pecans.
Yeah, those were
praline.
Yeah, they look good. Yeah. And so that's what Mason got. And then I got it was called the plum almond tart with almond praline cream. And it was like I will hopefully be able to put up the pictures because it was so good. It was so tasty. It's like a frangipane. I love almond dessert.
It was so good.
Yeah, so he had some too.
Yeah, still a little bit.
Yeah, we shared with him too because he's like, that looks really good
too.
Yeah. And my mom got the lemon olive oil cake with cream cheese chantilly and citrus marinated berries. So that's what she got. And she ate all of it too. It kind of looked, I mean, like I guess not really, but like a super high-end Twinkie.
It looked like a super high-end Twinkie.
Yeah, like I mean that's probably
description.
Just super, super like not fancy way to describe it. But yeah, that was our dinner. Mason got a Mai Tai, non-alcoholic.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah, non-alcoholic. But they served it in this he ended up getting it. It was
a Walt's Travels cup.
Tiki mug. It's like a tiki mug. Yeah.
And it was Walt Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And he had one of those, what are they called?
Like a lei.
Mm-hmm. And a suitcase. And the mug was based off of an actual picture of Walt in the pose. And the box you get it in has like stickers of all the places he visited.
Right. It's very custom. And on the back of it, it says the 33, like the Club 33. is on the
Very
back of
cool.
it. So Mason's like, "Oh,
I need it.
I need that." So it's like, "Oh, you do.
And
You do."
it
Yeah, I don't
was like
know.
75.
I don't remember how
I'm pretty
much.
sure it was
Maybe it was
$75.
75. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was,
it's
but
expensive, but it seems pretty cheap
Mhm.
for Club 33, you know?
Well, and some of you guys had sent
I
Mason a
mean,
couple little gifts so he could use the money
to
at Club
buy, yeah.
33. So he was like, I want that really. He saw it and he
Also,
really wanted that.
when I said it was cheap, I didn't mean the mug. I meant the price for it.
Right.
Yeah.
You,
That mug
yeah.
itself is very good.
Yeah. And the other thing that you get to do there is there's the balconies that overlook like New Orleans Square and Pirates of the Caribbean. And so it's kind of cool because you can go stand up there and see, just kind of like watch people watch. And it's a really neat vantage point because we're never up there. We're usually always walking with everybody else and you're kind of running by.
So
A lot of
people will
people,
look up at you and
yeah.
go, "Whoa, what's that?"
Yeah. And some people didn't even notice. One, there was a baby that
There was a
noticed
baby
us.
that was looking at us, and the dad was no, the baby was looking at
The
something.
baby's looking at, and we're like, hi. That was kind of cute. But
that drink that we got before everything was served.
oh yeah, the prickly pear
It was like
lemonade.
nothing I've had. It was
Yeah.
prickly pear lemonade. I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. Like,
Yeah.
I loved it. I drank the whole thing.
Yeah,
But
it was good.
it was like a weird flavor I've never had before.
Yeah,
It was floral.
there might have been like a floral. I took a sip. I didn't want to drink too much because it was his, but it was really good. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I know. You were nice about that. So at the end of your meal, they'll bring you some chocolates and they're in a Club 33 box. And so it's kind of makes it like, oh, these are kind of special. So it's not just like chocolates, but and they're one of them was like an orange chocolate truffle and the other one was like a salted dark chocolate caramel. And
salted
so
dark chocolate caramel one was really good.
yeah, so that was kind of fun. So they bring those out when they bring the check and they don't push you out of there either. They're really cool about letting you like go enjoy some time on the balcony or take a walk around. And because if you go outside, even to go to the bathrooms, there is a phone booth.
Oh yeah.
And it was from a movie.
It was like The Last Millionaire.
Okay, so it was from a Disney movie. Yeah, and
it was something Millionaire. It might have been
I didn't hear the pitch because it was you and Daddy were at the bathroom. So you guys heard, yeah, you told me about it, but we got to go see it. It does work.
Figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, you can call people with it, and so we did try. Apparently, we couldn't figure it out, and we just don't want to take time to. But you can ask someone will help you with it. But it'd be pretty cool. You can call somebody from Club 33. So that's kind of a cool thing. I don't know if everybody knows that you can do that, but check out the phone booth that is near the restrooms outside. So you can kind of wander around, and we went and looked at like the merch cabinets, and that's when we bought some of the merch, and we took a lot of pictures. And we also something fun. They have a coat check, so I don't go anywhere where I've like checked in a coat. So we did
We
that.
can do that. So bring a coat to check it in.
Yeah. Jason had like a Vans sweatshirt and he checked that in. So yeah, he's always so classy. So that was his. Stylish. Yeah. And I'm trying to scroll through. I don't want to miss anything. So and there's a lot of cool artwork. And so take some time to look at the artwork.
Oh, one thing about the harpsichord.
Yeah.
The keys are like inverted colors. So the black keys are white and the white keys are black. Yeah. It's very cool looking. It was, and there's a painting on it as well, which is pretty neat. Put the picture up there. Yeah. And then there's a really cool chandelier where the entrance is where you buy the merch, and it's just beautiful. Really, yeah, in person I couldn't capture it on film, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. That same room is where the elevator is. And so you can take the elevator down, and that's what we did when we were done after we took a lot of pictures. And make sure too, we missed it going in because we were just so excited. There's like it's like kind of iconic. It's the entrance to go inside to the dining area, and it's the 33 in mosaics, like their logo. And I am so glad we remembered to go out and take a picture before we left, because walked right over it going in. Yeah, it's one of my favorite pictures too. Yeah, we will. They decorate too, like for Halloween. So we got to see some cool lighting and some cool decorations. So that was kind of fun. I feel like it would be really cool to see at Christmas. But yeah, this was not gonna be that Christmas.
No. Probably not.
Most likely not.
Right. And there's a cool, like I think it's like stained glass, and you guys
Oh,
can all
yeah.
see it. You walk by it all the time at Disneyland. I never realized that on the other side of that was the Court of Angels, and that's where people are waiting to head up into Club 33. So we'll put a picture of it. So if you see it, you'll recognize it. And we kind of looked out through it and we could see people walking by, and it was crazy to think that it's so close, something like that is
And you just
still
don't know
so
it's
private.
there.
So, but it's still so close to everything else too. So that is, I'm sure we've missed a few things. It was a
We
lot.
could be here all day.
Yeah. And, but that was kind of, in a nutshell, that was Club 33. And Mason on the way out, because they heard his story, and
he gave
Alistair a book, and there's a thank you for, he did such a good job, and he was so kind to put on a mask. And so Mason gave him a book. As we were walking out, a lady came up to us and she was like, hold on a second. She's like, I want you to know I saw the book. And so she came back out and she had a Club 33 challenge coin, which is very special. Pretty cool. I think the members carry them.
You can only get it if you're with a member or if you are a member.
Yeah, we think. I mean, I think you can't. I mean, you probably could buy one too, but a lot of members, they can share these, but he was given it because of his courage and everything he's done in the face of Crohn's disease, basically. So that was a really cool. It was a very cool experience. Honor. Yeah. And then we left, and
it was sad. Nobody could go back.
It was, because you're like, I don't want to leave. I don't want this to ever end. But that's also what makes it so cool, is because it is something's kind of like Christmas. It happens, and you look forward to it, and and for most people, this is a bucket list item. So this is something that a lot of you,
and I can see why.
Yeah, it's something you've dreamed of forever. And so now it just feels like it was a dream. Like it was just a really cool, expensive dream. And so I'm thankful too that there's a Disneyland group on Facebook that I'm in, and they were kind enough to share tips and message me with all kinds of information to help us with this visit. And I'm so thankful they did. So we want to talk about it and kind of pay that forward. So if somebody else is listening, you can share in the adventure. I hope you listening, if you really want to go there, I hope someday you figure out a way to find somebody that will be able to get you a sponsor and get you in. So it's kind of a cool once in a lifetime opportunity. So after that, Disneyland was open till midnight, and that was the night Mason wanted to ride Big Thunder, and it shut down. So so we went back to the hotel, and then we got up very early for the magic morning at Disneyland, and that's when we were able to get onto Big Thunder the next day. So
when we were at our hotel, when we were watching a Food Network.
Yes, that's Mason's big thing. It's mine too. We love the Food Network. So we turned it on after eating all this good food, being really full. Mason turns on the Food Network, and proceeded to snack even more. So so that was our adventure at Club 33. It's hard to describe. I wish we could really have you guys experience it, because they just make you feel so special there, and everything is just so well thought out. It's incredible. So I understand why Club 33 is what it is, why it's so expensive. And I think it's kind of cool to have something that's kind of like a mystery, and something that is difficult to get into there. That's what makes it really special. So I'm going to post on Instagram and Facebook. So if you guys are following us on Instagram at Team IB Determined, we're going to have all the pictures posted on there. So you're welcome to look at those and take your time and look through them. And you can also find us on places like Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, and Buzzsprout to see. On Buzzsprout, we have a website where you can see where we're listed on all the podcast stations. So keep listening there. And
on YouTube, we'll be putting up pictures.
Yeah. So if you're watching us here right now, if you're seeing us, hopefully you've seen pictures. If not, we had technical difficulties, and you'll have to go to our Instagram. I'm really hoping it works out.
I'm hoping it works out too. And you're probably hoping it works out too.
Yes. Yes.
And if you're on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you don't want to miss out on our future videos, hit that bell.
Yep.
And you can leave a comment too, because we'll read them. Because we don't get that many comments anyway, so it's pretty easy to read them so far.
Yeah.
So yeah, leave a comment. We'll read them and we'll respond.
Yeah. And if you've been to Club 33, please comment
Mhm.
and let us know about your experience and when it was. And if you really want to go there, you know, you have questions for us that maybe we didn't answer in here, also ask us and we'd be more than happy to answer anything we can. So keep watching, keep listening, and we're thankful for we have 35 subscribers on YouTube now.
35 subscribers. Let's go.
Yeah, so we're thankful for all of you, all 35 of you, and those of you, even if you're not subscribing, but you're watching. And thank you. Thank you guys. And thank you for continuing to comment and message me and let us know what you think of the show. It's really good. It's very helpful for us. Give us feedback. Let us know what you'd like to hear about. We'll be back to our regular I Be Determined episodes next week, but we really wanted to
Tell
just
you
kind of
about our
tell you
fun
about this.
adventure.
Yeah. So it was a fun time.
It was very
I'm
fun.
so glad we got to do it, and I hope a lot of you out there get the chance to do it too.
Experience what we experienced.
Yeah. Well, you guys have a good day, good evening, good weekend,
Have a
good
great
work week,
week.
whatever it is, and we will
We'll
see you guys
in the next video.
in the next video and the next episode.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. We hope you will stick around, tune in, and reach out to us with your own journeys. We are excited to give you an inside view of what it takes to be a caregiver and what it's like to be a patient.
And most of all, we hope you'll maybe be able to play something you hear on here that might help you in your own life. Sometimes life changes, and it's all about how you handle the journey.